Hello, fans. Welcome to episode 8 of the Real Wrestling Fans podcast. This is another Wednesday night that has come and gone in the world of professional wrestling. AEW, Dynamite, and NXT are both over tonight. What a show both gave out first tonight. AEW doing the semi-outside show. NXT doing their usual show with 3 commentators. Epic show both ends. We found out some amazing stuff tonight, like coming up on June 7th, which is next month, the first Sunday of the month of June, WWE and NXT will present In Your House, NXT Takeover. Because tomorrow is the 25th anniversary of the very first In Your House. Now, I don't know if y'all remember the very first In Your House, but apparently Road Dogg does, because he reminded Triple H of one of the matches that happened on the card, which was Triple H meeting Henry Godwin in a hog pin match, which was one of Triple H's his first big match in his career, which I don't blame Triple H for wanting to forget and not be reminded of, because at the stature of his career where Triple H is now, who would want to be reminded that they were once in a match surrounded by hogs where you're wrestling in slop? Not me. Anyway, that event is coming up on June 7th, and I expect that's going to be the event that's going to feature the pending triple threat match for the NXT Women's Championship. Also, speaking of the NXT Women's Championship, we found out that next week on NXT it will be Rhea Ripley one-on-one with Io Shirai. Now, I don't know if that match is going to be a number 1 contenders match. It could be not. Could be a setup for the triple threat. I think it's going to be a triple threat. I don't know if it's going to be a triple threat or not, but I'm quite sure we're going to be seeing a triple threat between Rhea, Charlotte, and Io at TakeOver. Speaking of Charlotte, she'll be on SmackDown in 2 nights. I don't know why she's going on SmackDown. I don't know why they keep shoving the NXT Women's Champion on the main roster shows, but it's Vince, so I ain't going to try to figure out something Vince McMahon does, just like trying to pull a needle out of a haystack. Anyway, also tonight, the fatal 4-way match was won by Hikaru Shida. Epic match, awesome match between the 4 women. Shida, Statlander, Britt Baker. Awesome match between the 4 women. Of course, the match ended with Shida winning the match while Britt Baker was outside the ring with the lockjaw on Chris Statlander. So I think AEW may be doing a rivalry between those two. Shida retained her number 1 spot in the Women's Championship picture in hopes to a future shot against Nyla Rose, the champion. I don't know when that match is going to happen. Probably it's going to happen at Double or Nothing. Also, we'll find out that it's going to be the first ever, I think it's going to be a football stadium. They're going to have a match between the Elite and the Inner Circle. That's going to be huge on May 23rd. Now, if you want to watch Double or Nothing, I think there's ways you can do it. You can pay for it on Fight TV, which is probably going to be like $29, $30. Most people are going to do that, because most people out there got money coming out their ears, apparently, to pay $30 a month for an AEW pay-per-view. Come to think of it, we got 3 pay-per-views coming up back to back to back this month. Not bad, all right? We got May 23rd, which is Double or Nothing. We got June 7th, which is NXT Takeover In Your House. And we got June 14th, which is Backlash. Only one Sunday in between without a pay-per-view. We're going to be pay-per-view wrestling drunk in 3 weeks. So we're going to be wrestling fan fed starting on the 23rd with Double or Nothing. Jon Moxley showed up at the end of Dynamite tonight in an attempt to recapture his AEW championship, but the Inner Circle got away. And the Dark Order got away, and basically 10 has possession of the championship right now. 10 10 will face Moxley next week on the Go Home show for Double or Nothing. Moxley will hopefully get the title back, we hope. Or they might do, I'm having a feeling they might do what they did in WCW a few years ago, where they had Six from when they had X-Pac from the NWO steal the Cruiserweight Championship, and then he won the title officially on the pay-per-view. I don't know if they're going to do that or not. You don't know. With wrestling these days, it's been kind of crazy. It's been kind of wacko. It's been kind of off the wall. Wrestling has been nuts lately because everything is happening at once. Now, I don't know if you fans... I have a question for you fans to answer. Either you can answer it on my Twitter page or underneath this video when I post this video on YouTube. If you had a choice to join one of these groups, which one would you join? Your choices are Evolution, Dark Order, or the Inner Circle. I don't know about you, but I would join the Inner Circle. That seems like a fun group to be a part of. I mean, all they basically do is beat people up and drink bubbly. That's like a group you would like to be a part of, but I wouldn't want to be a part of Evolution for one reason. It basically, I don't know, it's just my opinion, but Evolution to me was like the Triple H kiss my ass group. You all were there to protect Triple H. Forget about your own opportunities. It was all about watching his back. Dark Order, you're basically Brody Lee's bitch. You can't do anything unless he tells you to. Can't talk unless he tells you to talk. You can't eat at the same time he eats. So, like, nothing there. It was good. The last 4 nights of wrestling, yes, I was right. Money in the Bank, Raw, Dark last night. Impact, if you watched Impact. I didn't watch Impact yet. I'll watch that tomorrow, which means I most likely won't be on Twitter tomorrow. So, to all my Twitter followers, I will be putting my account on private tonight because I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I'm trying to stay out of drama. I almost got into some earlier today. I'm trying to stay out of it, and I somehow, whatever I say gets twisted into something I didn't say. And I almost got into it today. I'm sorry to whoever I offended earlier today by taking what they put on Twitter overboard. But this is what wrestling fans do. We have a fave, we defend them. And it's just like, I don't mind other wrestlers having success. But when you're a wrestling fan for as long as I have, and you watched your faves get held down by the system for so damn long, it becomes unbearable after a while. I understand Becky Lynch fans went through it, but I'm going through it too. I know what I said about there was no way somebody from SmackDown was going to win the Money in the Bank ladder match this past Sunday, but at the time we didn't even know the match was for the Raw Women's Championship. So it could have been a chance, at least an opportunity. But it seems like if you want to compare the two, WWE and AEW, seems like Lacey Evans and Britt Baker are on the same boat. These are two women who are eminently gifted. I understand Lacey just got into the business this year, but there's a lot of people who walk through WWE who was there for a year who's already had mega championships. Daniel Bryan, his first year in WWE, he won the United States title. Paige won the Divas Championship. Gail Kim won the WWE Women's Championship. Carlito won the United States and Intercontinental titles. Big Show, his first year in WWE, won the WWE Championship. And of all those people I just mentioned, they're all legends. Shelton Benjamin, his first year in WWE, won the tag team titles. His first year on Raw, defeated every member of Evolution. I understand why WWE is doing it. They're trying to preserve the women's championship for Bayley versus Sasha at SummerSlam. But at this point, we don't even know where SummerSlam's going to be. New York City opens up in 2 days. The rest of this country is still going to be closed. We don't know where SummerSlam's going to be. Oh yeah, I wanted your opinion about that too under this video if you think it's a good idea to open back up New York City on Friday. But let's be real here. I love my followers, but you have followers of mine on Twitter that say, oh wait, 5 years. There's no short shot guaranteed that one, WWE is going to even be around in 5 years. And two, if it is around in 5 years, that Lacey is still going to be there. Nobody stays in WWE for a long time unless they have some kind of special connection with the fans or the brass likes them enough to keep them around that long. Take Triple H for example. If Triple H didn't change into the cerebral assassin, the sledgehammer wielding badass from DX, you think he would still be around right now? If he was still the Triple H with the French accent bowing before every match? No, he wouldn't be. Somebody on Twitter said, oh, maybe they should go with the military gimmick for Lacey Evans. And then somebody else on Twitter had a good point that I like to point out right now. It's good to say, yeah, they should repackage Lacey as the military gimmick, but somebody is going to say that she's copying off Sergeant Slaughter. Because they've done this, Sergeant Slaughter is the military gimmick. At least they're trying to add at least a little bit of her military background into her sassy Southern Belle gimmick. At least they're at least trying to connect the two. But when you're when you are a wrestling fan like I am, unless you have real patience, your patience run thin with WWE after a while. When they keep putting your fave in title opportunities just to get it yanked. Kofi went through it. Becky went through it. I understand Sasha goes through it too. But seriously. We don't know if WWE is going to be around in 5 years. And y'all know Vince. You think Vince likes somebody, next thing you know, he poops them out. Look at Kofi Kingston. 11 years he waited to become WWE champion, and in 7 seconds, Vince took that all away. Five years is too long to wait. Who knows how stacked the women's division is going to be like in 5 years? It's probably going to be more stacked than it is now. This current women's roster is the greatest array of women's talent I've seen since I started watching WWE. There's no way in 5 years this roster is not going to be more stacked than it is now. A lot of the names who are on NXT right now are going to be on the main roster by then. I appreciate the fans out there who are actually trying to be nice to me and say, okay, WWE just wants to get Sasha versus Bayley out of the way first. Then more people will have opportunities. Who knows what's going to happen after Sasha versus Bayley is over at SummerSlam. I can wait for that. I think Sasha versus Bayley is going to be epic if WWE doesn't screw it up. It could be the best rivalry between these two since NXT. They could probably top Nolan. Let's be real here. Let's be real. They're not going to top anything they did in NXT. I don't care how good the match is. It's not going to top what they did at TakeOver. It's not going to top the Iron Woman match because nothing can top that. Unless Vince gives them like an hour Iron Woman match, you're not topping TakeOver. Sorry, you're not going to do it. Especially not in an empty arena at SummerSlam. Now, I personally think they should wait till WrestleMania to do this match, but yeah. Wait till WrestleMania. Let's see if this pandemic dies down between now and March 29th. Hopefully we'll have fans back in the arena by then, and then do it then. But it's going to happen at SummerSlam. And we don't even know where SummerSlam is. We don't know where it's going to be. We don't know if it's going to be still in Boston. We don't know if it's going to be at the Performance Center. We don't know where it's going to be. I say New York City is opening back up. Barclays Center is available. Put it in Barclays Center. That's where their greatest battle was anyway. Do it at Barclays Center again. We don't know what's going to happen between now and August 23rd. I'm intrigued to find out what's going to happen between Sasha and Bayley, to tell you the truth. I'm definitely intrigued. I would be lying to you right now if I didn't say I was a little envious of the Becky fans, because I am. All the Becky fans out there, I'm a Becky fan too. May not have been as long as some of you have, but I am. But I'm as envious as hell. I haven't got a chance to brag about one of my faves since Melina was champion 13 years ago, and that was before there was even a Twitter. I asked an interesting question a couple of nights ago in one of my many raves and rants on Twitter. People were saying, wait, it'll happen eventually for Lacey. My question still remains, when it does happen, will anybody care? WWE used to be known as the company that strikes when the iron's hot. There's not going to be a chance that she's going to be as high as she is now in a few years. Would I rather WWE's given her the Paige / Gail Kim / Carlito treatment, a championship in her first match? No. Because like I said, many people that I named who did that, who won championships their first night, how many of those people are actually left right now? Not many, barely any. But yeah. Can we stop putting her in championship opportunities just to have her lose? Because it becomes obnoxious after a while. Put her in a mini feud with somebody else while you do something else for the championship. While you're doing Sasha versus Bayley, after the Iconics win the titles, let her and Tamina go for the titles. Well, yeah, the Iconics will meet Alexa and Nikki on Monday night on Raw for the titles. But yeah, you got a kick-ass tag team right under your nose. The Iconics just came back. I understand that. But yeah, we got to do something effective for the tag team titles in the women's division, instead of just making them look like we're just passing them the tag teams and just letting them go. I would like to know under this video or on my Twitter account. I know a lot of people are going to thumbs down this video because I haven't gotten many thumbs ups on these podcasts, which is why I'm thinking about moving this to Facebook. What would y'all like to see happen in the women's tag team division in WWE? You want to see new teams? Y'all want to see new rivalries? Oh yeah, speaking of that, I watched the Raw earlier today from after TLC in 2018. I heard the whole "you are the authority" line that they said to the fans. I just had to say it out loud. This is BS. Because they lied. A year and a half later, we aren't the authority. They still are. We ain't getting what we want to see. They're still doing what they want. Well, we're getting Sasha versus Bayley. But yeah, we should have gotten that 3 years ago. We should have gotten that after the attack, after the Riot Squad match. Not 3 years later when the roles are reversed and you're basically going to give us a watered down version of the NXT match that they had 6 years ago with the roles reversed and the result different. And yes, the roles are going to be reversed. WWE is going to turn Sasha babyface. Vince apparently still believes in the babyface versus heel rivalries with the women. We're not going to see many heel versus heel baby matches with women these days. Not with Vince. Vince is not that creative anymore. He's not the genius he used to be 10, 15 years ago when he was pulling out epic matches with heel versus heels. Not happening. So most likely between now and SummerSlam, Sasha will be turning babyface. You will be seeing babyface Sasha as they continue to rival her and Bayley. I would also like to know in this video if you can put aside your feelings for me and actually like the video instead of thumbs downing it all the time. Who would you like to see step up to be the first opponent for Asuka? Now that we got this whole brand invitation thing. I would personally like to see, I don't know, probably Dana, Lacey probably. I don't know, Mandy Rose, Amber Moon. Open the opportunities up. We don't even know who's going to answer Charlotte, who's going to confront Charlotte on Friday. I think this goes without saying. The wrestling business is hot right now. These no fan shows are basically, some are good, some are bad. Raw was good Monday night, with the exception of that basketball thing. I could have done a whole hour without that. Both AEW shows the last 2 nights, last night and tonight, were awesome. NXT was awesome. I haven't watched Impact yet. I'll watch that tomorrow. SmackDown, I don't know how SmackDown's going to be Friday. Because we don't even know what else they're planning for SmackDown on Friday, with the exception of Charlotte Flair. Big month of May coming up later this month with Double or Nothing and Double or Nothing in Your House and Backlash on the 23rd, 7th of June and 14th of June, which means we only get like a 1 week break without pay-per-views. 1 week, the 30th. That's the only Sunday without a pay-per-view. New York City will be opening back up on Friday, which means, well, partially opening back up, not fully. They're going to do it slowly because they don't want to open it back up too quick and get more infections and the numbers go up. Sorry if I don't sound mad jovial tonight like I usually do. But what happened earlier today on Twitter just basically took all the gas out of me. I didn't even feel like doing this podcast right now. Oh yeah, and I didn't live up to my open bottle threat earlier today. I'm still wearing the Beast Slayer shirt. I said I was going to change shirts before I did this podcast. I'm still a Seth fan, okay? If I offended anybody with my tirade earlier today, I'm sorry. How many times am I going to have to say that? Pardon me for supporting my fave. I'm getting tired of apologizing on every podcast for stuff I say. I'm also getting tired of having to defend my faves on Twitter. I should be reminded of something Triple H said to Seth Rollins. If you don't have haters in wrestling, you ain't doing your job right. But it's between the she can't wrestle and the we should wait 5 years crap that just ticks me off. When you have people on the roster right now who won titles their first year. I really don't like repeating myself in these podcasts. I don't even know why I do these podcasts because they don't make a difference. I wanted to say this on Twitter, but I'm going to say it on here. Lacey could save a family from a burning building, and y'all will still find something to hate her about. Y'all saying she should change her gimmick. She should have did the military gimmick. WWE's done that military gimmick. I don't know, Sergeant Slaughter, who's also a Marine. And all people would say if she did that was that she's copying off of Slaughter. How many Marines we had in WWE that didn't stick to the military gimmick? Road Dogg. How many gimmicks has Road Dogg had? He was the roadie. He did the rapping thing with R-Truth. He was Road Dogg in DX. Nobody said he had to change. He should change his gimmick, right? Look at AEW. AEW is a plethora of gimmicks that you never thought you'd see in wrestling. We have a Jurassic Express. We have an alien. Actually, I'm starting to... Chris Statlander is starting to grow on me, actually, but still. WWE's whole thing, when you call you up from NXT, is to set you apart from what you was on NXT. They're not supposed to make you exactly what you was on NXT. Because that would basically be like Vince copying off NXT. What would be the fun of going to the main roster and being the same thing you was on NXT? Being the same character you was on NXT. Like I said, if WWE even did the Lacey thing, with Lacey as the military, people would be saying she's copying off of Slaughter. At least WWE is attempting to add a little piece of her military background to the sassy Southern Belle gimmick and kind of conjoint the two instead of changing her complete gimmick. That's what WWE does. You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to be unique. You're not supposed to be a common copy of something that already happened. It's like the whole thing between people saying Bayley is being copied by Britt Baker. No. How many wrestlers has come through the pike in 30, 40 years in wrestling that's called themselves role models? Bayley was not the first one. Just like Sasha Banks was not the first person in WWE to call herself the boss. Somebody by the name of Spike Dudley did it a couple of years back in 2003. She is not the first one. That would basically be like saying, why didn't they keep the real world gimmick with The Miz? Because people have to change with the times. Yeah, you hear a lot of people talk a lot of stuff about a lot of wrestlers that they would not say to their face. My favorite thing somebody said about Lacey is that the woman's right is a weak finisher. To those people, I say, walk up to her, let her hit you with it, and let's see how weak it is. While your teeth is rolling around on the floor like a bunch of chiclets. That's like people saying the sweet chin music is a weak finisher. People saying the pedigree is a weak finisher. They say that until they get it. Then they don't say it no more. All the people talking crap about wrestlers, saying wrestlers are weak and wrestling's fake and all that wouldn't last 25 seconds in a wrestling ring. Can we, I don't know, public service announcement time for me again at the 30-minute mark of this podcast. Can we please, treat every wrestler with respect? These are women and men who are busting their asses for 300 days a year for our entertainment. I don't care if you like them or not. I don't care if you like Lacey or not. I don't care if you like Becky or not. These women don't have to do what they're doing right. These men and women don't have to do what they're doing right now during this pandemic. They can sit their butts at home and still get paid. Even if it takes that long for Lacey to be champion, real fans at first could wait. I waited 3 years for Melina to become champion. I can wait for this. But my biggest worry is, will I still be on social media by then? And like I said, whenever it does happen, who will care? WWE has been known over the years for striking when the match is hot. They haven't been doing that. They have not been doing that lately. She will never be as hot as she is now. Would I mind her becoming NXT Women's Champion? No. It's something. And it gets Charlotte off NXT because Lord knows why she's even on NXT. But I think they're saving that for EO or Rhea Ripley. Women's tag team titles, God forbid somebody wins the titles not named the Iconics or Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, right? I'm sorry, but it's been 3 years since Alexa Bliss has been a singles women's champion. I'm quite sure she wants to be one again. Nikki Cross, this chick is awesome. She could be a women's champion by herself. Don't keep her in some tag team because the fans want her in a tag team. I don't know what else they're doing on Friday Night SmackDown other than Charlotte. If anybody knows, you can let me know under this video. I know what I just said is going to get me in trouble. If it does, I'm sorry. How many times I'm going to say that during these podcasts? Nobody else who does podcasts have to say I'm sorry for as much as I do. Eric Bischoff doesn't. Bruce Pritchard doesn't. I damn sure know they don't say I'm sorry all the time when they do it on the other podcasts, but I do. Because I'm scared to offend somebody. These are my opinions. Everything I say on this podcast are my opinions. It doesn't have to be liked by all of you. Y'all have your opinions, I have mine. That's why I started this podcast. If this podcast has to be canceled after 7 episodes, then so be it. After 8 episodes, then so be it. I asked one of my followers today on Twitter, is this podcast even making a difference? He said yes. I doubt it. Anyway, don't forget SmackDown's on Friday. I'll be doing another podcast that night. I don't know why. Glutton for punishment, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm going to ask you right now under this video, and when I post it on Twitter, which event are you looking more forward to? Double or Nothing, NXT Takeover in your house, or Backlash, or all three? Hopefully most of you vote all three. I will see y'all Friday night.